Bear, I'm a little bit sad. No FCS play. I couldn't write down on my notebook, but we'll hopefully Sammy tweets it out a little bit later. I'm gonna go to my fade of the week. We talked about this game a little bit earlier. I'm fading Texas Tech's defense against Colorado this week, and Colorado off a bye at Texas Tech. I'm taking Colorado over 33.5 points. I made this switch a couple of times so far in this podcast. It's played well for me. Texas Tech's defense, guys, 107th points per drive, 127th in pressure rate, 115th in havoc rate. They don't hit the quarterback, Bear. They don't have tackle for losses, and they don't play any pass defense. Colorado so far in the year has put up really the last three of the last 4 games, 48 points, 34, 34 to 40 points per drive. They're healthy. They're off a bye, Bear. I mean, I know you're at this game. I can't see Colorado being held under 35 points in this matchup. They have had a propensity to get out to sort of big leads early in some of these games and shut it down offensively, which seems to be a routine thing in college football. But I think Tech could kind of keep pace, score a little bit, which makes Colorado be more kind of forceful in offense. So Colorado over 33.5 points is my fade of the week.
Yeah, I'm with you there in terms of the Colorado offense. What a crazy league the Big 12 has been. And we talked about that before the year, how like people were just assuming that either Oklahoma State or Utah were going to win this league. Like you look at the top 5 in the preseason media poll for the Big 12, Utah, Kansas, Arizona, and Oklahoma State all were projected to be in the top 5. Those 4 teams are combined 3-19 in Big 12 play and 12-22 at all. You had Arizona State, who was picked dead last. They're 6-2. We don't know if Scadaboo is going to play this week or not, so that obviously will affect that game. BYU wasn't picked very highly at all. They're 8-0 in first place right now in the top 10 in the country. So the Big 12 is not disappointed in terms of up and down, crazy, upside down, inside out, whatever else you want to say, football. So looking forward to watching the Colorado offense in action on Saturday afternoon. Time now for our best bets presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. And I am going to stick in the Big 12. And this is always something that I hate doing. I hate betting against Iowa State because I'm an adopted son of Ames. I've had a great relationship with the Iowa State fans and the people there, but I worry about them now. I know the game is not in Lawrence. It's at Arrowhead. So the Cyclone Nation's going to travel down there, and then there'll be a ton of Iowa State fans at Arrowhead as they're a 2.5-point favorite over Kansas. But a lot of times you'll notice in college football, like anytime a team loses that first game, and it's been a surprising type season, you get punched and you kind of suffer that loss. A little bit of doubt sometimes sets in, like, maybe we really aren't that good. We got fortunate. It takes a little while maybe to bounce back from a loss. And that's a dangerous thing here, I think, for Iowa State this week against the Kansas team who, look, they have clearly been disappointing this year. But you look at Jalen Daniels the last few weeks, he's actually playing a heck of a lot better. And outside of the double-digit loss to TCU, like which really was a ridiculous game, all their losses have been one-score games. Lost at Illinois by 6, lost at UNLV late field goal, lost by 4 at West Virginia, lost by 4 at Arizona State, lost by 2 late to K-State. I mean, they're still playing hard. They're still battling. They're the team to watch in the Big 12 title race because next 3 weeks, they got Iowa State, they go to BYU, and then they have Colorado coming up as well. So they are the team that is going to go a long way in determining who ultimately will get to the Big 12 championship game. I think KU has a big chance this weekend to upset Iowa State and do some favors to BYU and Colorado.
Colorado's going to win again, Bear, without playing. They did that last week, right? I mean, they would have been the biggest beneficiary of the Big 12 madness. It does look November too. Crazy things happen in November, Bear. It's this college football. A lot of teams. This is one thing we haven't really talked about too. Like with regards to Colorado, is one of them. Like they've not been in this spot ever, where they've been, having to win games in November. A lot of pressure, but they're not playing in crazy. Now Lubbock is actually a hard place to play, but and not Kansas won't be in a couple of weeks. So worth talking about as we proceed. Bear. All right, Bear. I'm going to buck a trend here. In my wager for my best bet presented by DraftKings Sports.
We'll talk about, okay.
Yeah, Friday Night Dogs. They've been covering a bunch, but I have Iowa -6 in the Rose Bowl. My mic keeps falling down today. Iowa -6 in the Rose Bowl on a short week here, Friday night. for a couple reasons. One is that I like their coaching staff on a short week more than I like UCLA's coaching staff. UCLA's done a much better job lately. I might be in trouble with my under 5.5 bear. I think I'll get home still, but they've been better offensively lately. Couple things here to note. Iowa's offense, kind of good this year. 45th in points, 28 in rushing efficiency, 31st bear on third down. And their defense is 10th in points per drive. So the defense is still good. The offense much better. UCLA getting better offensively, but haven't played an Iowa team, right? Haven't played this type of team. It's been Rutgers, Minnesota, Nebraska, and a couple other places I like Iowa in this game. UCLA 121st in penalties. Iowa's 4th. So they're just like a better coach team right now. They made a quarterback change. They're going to run the football with Johnson. They're going to have Sullivan who can run the ball as well. Rose Bowls, there's no home field atmosphere in the Rose Bowl. I actually imagine that Iowa is more excited to play this game in the Rose Bowl than UCLA is on a Friday night. So I'll take Iowa -6 here. Probably a lot of Iowa fans in that game. Bucking an underdog trend on those Friday nights.
I'll tell you what, you look back at UCLA and this guy, like we were all UCLA under 5.5.
Yeah.
And then when it hit 4 after the whole Deshaun Foster.
Big Ten Media Day, yeah.
He fell to 4. I actually bought some back over 4. Like if I can somehow get, I was going to say, if I can get 2 more wins, that you would assume maybe they should beat Fresno State.
And USC's a toss-up.
USC's a toss-up this week. You go back and I don't think they'll win in Seattle.
No, Washington plays really well.
I might have to root against you this week. I'm sorry.
Bear Bets full episodes drop twice a week right here on the Bear Bets YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to stay ahead of the odds, and let's celebrate all of our wins together.